The Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles has always carried a heavy reputation. Over the decades, it has been connected to unsolved crimes, suicides, and even infamous serial killers. Guests have often reported strange noises in the hallways, shadows that disappear when you look twice, and a heavy, oppressive atmosphere the moment you walk in. But the most disturbing moment in the hotel's history was caught on camera in its very own elevator. The footage shows a young woman entering late at night. She looks uneasy but tries to act normal, pressing several buttons in quick succession. The elevator doors remain open, and strangely, the elevator doesn't move. She hesitates, peering into the hallway as though someone might be following her. She steps in and out, her movements growing more frantic, as if she's being hunted by something we can't see. Then her behavior shifts into something even more bizarre. She begins moving her hands in strange patterns, like she's speaking with invisible figures or communicating in a language only she understands. Her arms bend at unnatural angles, her gestures exaggerated and frantic. The footage cuts off and she is never seen alive again. Days later, hotel guests began complaining of foul-tasting water, brown liquid pouring from taps, and weak water pressure. Maintenance workers climbed to the roof, where several massive tanks provided water to the hotel. When they opened one of the lids, they found the young woman's body floating inside. To this day, no one can explain how she got there. The rooftop door was locked, the tanks were heavy and difficult to open, and there were no witnesses. Some say she was hiding from someone. Others believe she was experiencing a severe mental breakdown. But there are those who claim she was interacting with something that the cameras couldn't capture. Something lurking in the dark history of the Cecil Hotel. Even now, the footage is shown as one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries ever recorded. Imagine working alone in a small-town gas station late at night. The hum of the coolers, the buzz of the fluorescent lights, and the emptiness of the road outside all weigh down on you. The hours drag, and it feels like you're the last person awake in the entire world. That's when the door chimes. Someone enters. At first, it seems normal, just a customer. But then you notice what he's holding. The security footage shows it clearly. A man in a dark jacket, face expressionless, clutching a hatchet in his hand. He doesn't ask for money. He doesn't speak. He just walks to the counter and stares at the clerk. The two men are locked in silence. Seconds stretch into minutes. The only sound is the faint hum of the lights overhead. The clerk trembles, hands shaking, but he doesn't move. He knows if he says the wrong word or makes the wrong move, his life could end in an instant. The hatchet-wielding man doesn't blink. He just stands there, breathing heavily, eyes fixed. The standoff is unbearable to watch. You expect violence at any second, but it never comes. Instead, after what feels like an eternity, the man lowers his weapon, turns around, and calmly walks out the door into the night. The clerk survives, but the footage remains. No one knows why the man entered. No one knows what stopped him from striking. He was never identified, and the chilling silence of that encounter is enough to leave viewers unsettled to this day. It's often said that the scariest monsters are the ones who don't speak, the ones who don't explain themselves. And in this case, the silence of a man with a weapon turned an ordinary night shift into one of the most terrifying and disturbing encounters ever caught on tape. Urban explorers love to push boundaries, wandering into places left behind, documenting forgotten buildings. Most of the time, they find nothing more than graffiti and decay. But sometimes, they find something they wish they hadn't. A group of friends stumbled upon an abandoned house on the outskirts of town. It looked ordinary enough. Peeling paint, broken windows, weeds swallowing the porch. But as their cameras rolled, they stepped inside, and what they captured has left people disturbed ever since. The footage begins with shaky flashlight beams cutting through the darkness. The house is filled with dust, old furniture draped in sheets, and hallways that seem to stretch far too long. Every footstep echoes like a warning. At first, it's typical urban exploration. Laughter, nervous jokes, the crunch of broken glass under their shoes. But then, one of their flashlights catches something in the corner of a room. A figure. It's not moving. It's hunched, shirtless, crouched against the wall, its face hidden. For a few moments, the group argues whether it's a mannequin or some prank left behind. But then its head turns, slowly, deliberately, and its eyes reflect the flashlight beam. Panic erupts. The camera shakes violently as the explorers bolt, their breathing ragged, doors slamming behind them. In the chaos, you hear footsteps chasing them, but the camera never catches a clear view of what it is. The video cuts abruptly. They made it out, but none of them have ever gone back. And the house, though still standing, remains untouched, avoided even by the bravest. The footage is unsettling not because of what you see, but because of what you don't. Was it a squatter? A homeless man? Or something far darker? The way it sat motionless, the deliberate turn of its head, it wasn't just chance. It was waiting,